Yo, Xbox is again leaving PS5 in the dust, and they've just announced a new design for Xbox program, which is like a certification for new monitors and TVs, a set of standards that means you'll get the most out of your new next-gen console. Let's check it out. All right, so this is super interesting. This new design for Xbox displays that have been announced include the best Xbox Series X support. So I don't know if you shopped for a monitor lately, but it's super complicated. There's basically a balance or a trade-off you need to make between the hertz, up to 240. I think you can get 360 on the ridiculous end. But yeah, frames per second is basically what hertz means. And then your resolution. So you can choose between full HD, 2K, it's 1440p as well, and then 4K on the top end as well. But you can't actually get the max of both unless you're spending thousands and thousands of dollars, because the technology just hasn't come down just yet. So when you're shopping for a new Xbox, chances are that most people on their TVs they have currently or their monitors, you're actually not getting the most out of it. And a lot of it comes down to a new standard they have, HDMI 2.1, which just hasn't rolled out yet, but is starting to come now, and definitely coming a lot more in force later this year. So that HDMI 2.1 technology basically means higher speed data transfer between the box, your Xbox in this case, and the monitor, and enabling you to get that balance right between high frames per second up to 120 frames per second on Xbox Series X, and also 4K. So this is going to be a real game changer. But the moment you shop around, there's so many monitors available, and a lot more people are starting to use monitors for console gaming, because the fidelity is just getting right up there, and they're a lot more interested in that little competitive edge that you can get from higher frames per second. So a lot more people are shopping around in that space. But if you haven't been in that space for long, it's super confusing. So this new set of standards they've announced is really, really cool. So it's going to be like a badge that goes on and tells you it's got the G-Sync and the FreeSync. So you're going to get that kind of perfect performance and timing right between the monitor and what you're doing. But also, yeah, it's just going to kind of get that balance right. So I think you'll probably be getting 144 hertz or 120 hertz as well as 4K, and that's awesome. So you are going to be spending quite a bit of money. You can see this monitor here, which is one of the first ones to roll out, which is a Philips Momentum display. You get 4K and 120 hertz, so that high frames per second, which you're going to want for Halo Infinite, and the 4K visuals, but you're going to be spending $1,600. So that's probably US dollars as well, so over $2,000, I would say. And I think they've announced some other ones as well. Let's have a quick look here. Yeah, cool. Asus has got a 43-inch monitor, which is massive. 4K at 120 hertz, AMD FreeSync, HDR. Again, so you're going to get the best picture and the best performance at the same time. You can see this little badge here you'll see on some of the stickers, probably when you're shopping around at your major department stores. And this last one here, which is a bit more affordable, smaller, but 28 inches, nothing to sneeze at for gaming if you're kind of on a gaming desk or up close. And an Acer Xbox Edition gaming monitor, so 4K 120. This is probably the one I have my eye on. Slightly better in terms of price, $950 US. But enables you to switch too, so you could have a PC plugged in and an Xbox and all there in your gaming station and be able to jump between the two on a whim. So that's super cool. So guys, this is just another example of how Xbox is just that one step ahead of PlayStation this generation, and really, really thinking about gamers first. And it's really starting to show this program. They're thinking about making things simple for people to buy, removing those barriers that comes to kind of making a gaming experience better. And ultimately, I think they're going to win out in the long term. It's a really smart strategy. So we think this is another reason why Xbox is going to the moon this generation. My name's been Josh. See you in the next video. Yo, this has been your host Josh. If you like this content, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell below, and we'll make more great content like this. Peace and love to you all.